So I did a 5-year program at CMSV to get my master's in 5 years. And my last semester, I started full-time teaching. So I was going to school full-time, and I was teaching full-time. And my advisor at the time got me the job. But I didn't know anything about this school. I didn't do my research. I didn't go out looking for this position. And that was probably my first mistake because, I was just hungry for a job. I'm like, wait, I can get a job before I graduate. I'm taking whatever the fuck it is. But I didn't think about the fact that it was like February or March in the middle of the school year, and this meant that a teacher left. And I later found out that it was a nun who corporally punished a kid. I taught at a Catholic school. And so I thought, oh, okay, like she was just a nut and they need somebody to take over. It'll probably be fine. And I get there, and after my first day, another teacher comes into my room and she's like, listen, if you can make it at this school, you can make it anywhere. And
they meant that encouraging?
What does that mean? Yeah. What the fuck does that mean?
Like, welcome to the jungle! We got fun games!
That was exactly it. If you read between the lines, it was going to be a hard 4 years. And I was there for about 3.5, 4 years. And by year one, I wanted out. But
why? What was it that what was happening there then?
So my boss was a nun. So imagine like working for a nun and what that might entail. There was a lot of homophobia, classism. I worked in the poorest district in the South Bronx. So you were coming to school, witnessing instances of abuse and neglect, and that is really that weighs heavily on the people that work there. They notice that. And obviously as a teacher, like, you have to put your heart and soul into it.
Right.
And I think at that point I realized, like, I wanted a little balance. I didn't want a profession that was going to take over my whole life. And Louie said that, like, he felt like teachers are viewed as kind of lowly. I actually feel like it's the opposite. I think that people are always saying, that's so commendable and you're a saint for what you do. And it's basically because that job turns you into a martyr sometimes. Where you have to think about it 24/7. And it really took everything out of me. So I needed a job where when I clocked out, I could stop thinking about work.
And how quickly in doing the job did you start feeling that way? Was there like a honeymoon period where you really liked
Never.
it? Never.
I mean, the first day was that other teacher coming into my room and basically, like, telling me what it was going to be. And it was exactly that.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I guess not vice versa. Is it vice versa? Or
depends on what you're trying to ask.
Introspectively, once you got away from business, did you immediately love it, Lou?
Oh, I mean, well, going back a little bit, I think even with that business degree, like, we're getting there junior year, senior year, I knew immediately, like, this is not for me at all. So I tried to run away from it as far as I could, as fast as I could. I tried to be into law school, and I got accepted into law school, but that didn't work out because we forgot to send a deposit. At the time, that was supposed to send a deposit. Then I was in the AmeriCorps, which the AmeriCorps, it's very much similar to the Peace Corps, but just in America. So I moved to Austin to do that, to work with low-income families and refugees doing their taxes, getting their house insurance, getting them housing and stuff like that. But that was only a very set amount of time. It was only for a year, which I didn't even make the full year because it wasn't for me, so I left. But then after that, I was like, well, I'm only prepared to work in business. So I kind of went into that because I had to have did it. So the job that I had right before I got into teaching, I was working for a small e-commerce company. I was working for a linen manufacturer, so they make bed sheets and, comforters and all that. And I was running, like, their Amazon store, their Wayfair store, Overstock, all that stuff. And, I mean, absolutely, utterly miserable. Yeah.
What about it made you miserable?
I mean, it's very hard because very much in that 20s, I was miserable about everything.
Okay, yeah.
20-year-old might be.
Yeah, I was texting with somebody earlier about emo phase and music and all of that. But now thinking about it now, even though I didn't listen to the music, I think 25 to 28 was my emo phase. Just in life. But it was, I was talking about it with Sasha when I was driving, because not only am I a podcast guest today, I was also a chauffeur, I got the best of both worlds. No, I used to bring a hoodie to work with me So because I was so upset, I used to cry at my desk, and I used to bring a hoodie so I could flip the hoodie up, and I'd be like, well. Hey, I have my hoodies on.
That's
I have
your
my
bubble.
yeah. It was like
That's
I'm in
your
my own
bubble
world.
face. Yeah.
It's my headphones on with my hoodie on, just being upset. So
Before or after lunch?
During.
One of
Not
the
a
very,
important
one of the
question.
very good things, one of the few good things about that job was I was supposed to be there at 10, but I came in whatever the fuck I wanted and left whenever I wanted, you know?
Okay.
So there was no such thing as lunch.